Hello, and welcome to this self-acceptance hypnotherapy session to stop comparing yourself. This session will help your unconscious mind begin to loosen that old habit of measuring your life against other people's, and instead allow you to return your attention to the one life you can actually live, your own. Comparison can be a very convincing trick of the mind. It takes one small part of someone else's story, one polished moment, and then tries to compare it with the whole private reality of you. And it's never a fair comparison. Perhaps there's been times when you've looked at someone else and felt behind, not enough, not as attractive or as capable, not as far along as you thought you should be. And yet the very fact that you can notice that pattern means there's another part of you that's already ready to change. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means letting yourself stand your own ground, with your own strength, your own path. And when you stop comparing yourself, you free up enormous energy for becoming, enjoying, growing, and just living. During this session, your unconscious mind can begin to separate your worth from other people's progress. You can begin to feel more settled inside yourself, more interested in your own direction. And as that happens, you'll discover a quieter confidence growing naturally because you're no longer trying to be someone else. And now you can just settle in and make yourself ready to relax for a while in a place where you can settle comfortably and remain undisturbed for a while. And now, as you begin to relax, take in a slow, deep breath. Hold it for a moment. And as you let it out, let your eyes close gently. And now, place all your attention on the muscles around your eyes, just allowing them to relax completely. And you know those eyelids can relax so deeply that for now they just don't want to work. Let every tiny muscle around the eyes become loose, soft and still. Smooth out the forehead, relax the temples and the cheeks. Let the jaw loosen slightly. And when you know those eyelids are relaxed so completely that they'd rather remain closed, you can just test them gently and find that they stay relaxed. And it feels so good. And you can stop testing and let that relaxation spread. You can allow that relaxation to flow down through the face, the neck, into the shoulders, down through the arms. It can flow like a warm blanket down through the elbows, the wrists, all the way down to the tips of the fingers. Every breath carries comfort deeper. And in a moment, I'll ask you to open and close your eyes When you close your eyes again, you can double that relaxation, finding yourself becoming twice as calm, twice as relaxed, twice as at ease. Open the eyelids briefly and close them now, doubling that relaxation. And now once again, open the eyes and then close them again, doubling again, as though the body is learning how quickly it can let go. And one more time, open and then close, and deeper now. Now let that relaxation move down through the chest, the back and the stomach, into the hips, the thighs, flowing over the knees, into the ankles and feet, all the way down to the tips of your toes. And while the body relaxes, the mind can relax too. Thoughts may come and go, and every thought can become another reason to drift deeper, because you don't have to follow anything right now. And as you rest here, listening to my voice and drifting and floating, you can imagine or simply pretend that you're standing at the beginning of a quiet pathway. A path that belongs only to you. Perhaps it's a path through a woodland or along a beach, across the soft green fields, or through some place that your unconscious mind creates, especially for this moment. There's no need to see it clearly. You can simply know that it's there. And with every step along this path, you move further away from the outside noise, the outside pressure, further beyond outside opinions and old comparisons. You can begin to take the first of 10 steps along this path. 10 steps into greater tranquility, into deeper relaxation. 10. Feeling the ground beneath your feet. 9. Breathing in calm, breathing out stress. 8. Letting the shoulders soften even more. 7. Noticing the air around you, gentle and clear. 6. Hearing peaceful sounds nearby or maybe far away. 5. Halfway down now, deeper, calmer. 4. Each step removing any old unnecessary burdens. 3. The mind opening into quiet acceptance. 2. Feeling drawn towards a place of inner steadiness. And 1. Arriving now And there ahead of you is a calm pool of water, perfectly still. The surface is smooth and clear, and as you look at that water, you realize how naturally stillness reflects what's real. When the water is disturbed, images become distorted. And when the surface settles, everything becomes clearer. Comparison is like throwing stones into that water. One thought after another, ripples of judgment, of not enough, of too late, too slow, too different. And now as you breathe out, the ripples begin to fade. The water clears and the surface settles. And deep inside you can begin to settle too. You can rest beside that quiet pool and allow your unconscious mind to learn from it. Stillness doesn't need to prove itself. Stillness simply is. And as you rest there, deeply relaxed beside that clear, still pool, there may have been a part of your mind that believed comparison was trying to help. Perhaps it thought that if it measured you against others, it could motivate you, protect you, improve you. And you can thank that old part for its intention, while also allowing it to learn a better way. Criticism is not the same as guidance. Pressure is not the same as progress. And comparison is not the truth. And you can let that old pattern begin to loosen now. You might imagine that each comparison is like an old label stuck to your clothing, not yours and not needed. They're ahead. I should be different. I am not enough. I should have more by now. And one by one, you can peel those labels away and let them fall to the ground. They were never your identity, never who you are. They were just temporary suggestions from an old habit. And as those labels fall away, something simpler remains. You, breathing, present, learning and growing. Enough now, and still becoming more. And that's the irony. When you accept yourself as you are, you become freer to grow. When you stop fighting yourself, your energy will return. And when you stop chasing someone else's reflection, you can finally recognize your own face in the water. Maybe you can remember a child learning to walk. The child doesn't look at others and think, I'm behind, therefore I'm failing. The child reaches, wobbles, falls, rises, tries again. Life moves through the child naturally. Growth happens through repetition, curiosity, and time, And somewhere inside you, there's still that original person that knows how to grow without comparison, without shame. And you can let your unconscious mind recover that natural way of growth without comparing, without attacking yourself. You can admire others without diminishing yourself, and you can be inspired without feeling inferior. And you can let someone else's success become evidence of possibility, not evidence of your failures, your lack of ability or competence. And that can be such a powerful change. And from now on, when you notice another person doing well, some deeper part of you can say, "Good, possibility exists." And then your attention returns to your own path. Your path is yours. Theirs is theirs. Different timing, different lessons, different gifts, different seasons. A tree is not a river. The river is not a mountain. And the mountain doesn't compare itself to the sky. Each one expresses its unique nature, and each one belongs. And you can belong to your own life in exactly that way. Now imagine standing beside the pool and seeing reflections on the surface. One may show someone you've compared yourself to. Another person, someone unique. And a third shows an imagined version of who you thought you were supposed to be. And for a moment, those reflections seem important. Then the water shifts, the images dissolve, and the only reflection that remains is yours. Not perfect, not needing to be perfect. Real, alive and worthy. And just look at that reflection with a new kind of kindness. Inner strength. The kind that says, I'm on my own side now. I can stop using other people's lives against myself. I choose my own measure. And when you think of comparing yourself to others, instead of asking, am I better or worse than they are, you can ask, am I being true to what matters to me? You no longer ask, am I behind? Instead, what's my next right step? And these questions open doors to self-respect, to patience, to motivation without cruelty, to peaceful ambition. And you can walk through those doors because your unconscious mind knows how to make these changes in a way that fits you. And as you rest and relax here, you can stop demanding that your life look like someone else's highlight reel. You can come back to yourself, to your breath, to your body. to your values and your next step. And now just imagine placing a hand gently over the heart, or simply sensing that area becoming warm and steady. With each breath, that warmth spreads. It carries acceptance through the chest, the shoulders and the arms, the stomach, the legs and the feet. It tells the body, you're safe to be you. You're free to focus here. And it tells your deeper self, we are done abandoning ourselves. And if old comparisons appear, you don't have to fight them. You can just notice them. Ripples on the water, a label already peeling away. And then you can return to what's real. Your path, your choice, your worth. You can admire, learn and grow while remaining whole, kind and accepting of yourself. And each day in small ways, you'll notice more moments when you feel comfortable just being you. Comfortable in your own timing, comfortable letting others be others, and letting yourself be yourself. And you can just let that settle deeply now. And now it's time to bring this session to a close. In a moment you can return fully, but before you do, take one more look at that clear pool. Notice how still it is now, how easily it reflects what's real. And know that a part of this stillness comes back with you now, not as something you remember consciously, but as something your mind and body can recognize within. In a moment I'll count from 1 to 5. And with each number you can return more fully, feeling steady, clear, and quietly accepting of yourself. 1, beginning to return now, bringing back a feeling of calm. 2, energy starting to move through the body. It's as though every cell remembers how good it feels to be at peace. 3, becoming more aware of the room around you, the sounds and the air touching your skin. 4, take a deeper breath now, allowing that breath to refresh you, gathering strength and a sense of being at home inside yourself. And 5, eyes open when you're ready, wide awake, feeling calm, clear and refreshed. And as you return, you can allow your mind to remain quieter than before. There's no need to rush. No need to compare this moment with any other moment. Just notice yourself here, this breath, this body, this life. And over the coming days, you may begin to notice small moments of change happening naturally. Perhaps when you see someone doing well, you'll pause, breathe, and feel your attention return kindly to your own path. And when those old comparison thoughts appear, your unconscious mind will quietly label it as old and unnecessary, and you'll feel a calm desire to take one useful step for yourself. Each time you place your attention back on your own life, that pattern strengthens. You become more accepting, more grounded, more self-respecting. Without any need to force it, you can discover that being yourself feels safer, easier, and more natural every day. Thank you for joining me on this session today and taking this time to relax, reset, and reconnect with your own worth. And you can return to this session whenever you want to deepen that sense of acceptance and inner freedom. Let the changes continue in their own way, at your own pace. And until next time, goodbye and good mental health.